Good morning and welcome. It is Saturday, the 6th of May. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. All right, it's a busy one. There's a lot going on. So we have got a bit of volume going through. So we are £35 stake and three quarters. Not quite double staked it. Stake and three quarters. I think it was 17 races we've got an interest in, so there's a lot going on. And I'd say I'm leaning a bit on the Newmarket handicaps. I like those. Generally speaking, I've not got so much in Ireland. I think I've literally got four horses in Ireland and two in the same race. So I've not gone big on Ireland at all today. Just wasn't feeling some of the handicaps. So yeah, not done much there. I have had more of an interest in Uttoxeter and Hexham than I normally would do, so I have got a few bits a bit later on as well. So, sort of spring jumps, which is never a comfortable place to be because, the ground changes quickly. The horse form is a little bit changeable because some horses start to come into their own at this time of year and others will be on the wane. So it all reads for a tricky read. So we are 7 bets on that £35, 5 lucky 15s and 2 combination doubles. So no win bets and nothing more complicated in the combinations other than 2 lots of doubles. That is what we've got. So we'll do a review of yesterday. I got butchered, didn't I? Unbelievable. Well, not unbelievable. Cork just did me in. I was just, as soon as that happened. So for people who didn't realise or don't follow the detail or don't quite get this, usually I would, for most meetings, I would flick between Sporting Life and Racing Post to see if there's anything different going on with the changing, with the going. Sometimes going gets tweaked. If it rains, then it gets softer. If it's sunshine, it dries out. And so you have to pay attention for little tweaks. The going at Cork up until the morning was good to firm in places, I think. That's what it said as the going at Cork. And then Racing Post updated the going at Cork. Racing Post did at about 9:30 to go soft, heavy in places. That is literally like double end of the spectrum. Now, I did my diligence, which is annoying. Clearly not enough, because I checked both sites. I checked the forecast, and the forecast for yesterday wasn't too bad. The problem was I completely missed there was a deluge overnight, and it completely obliterated the going. So all of my horses were stacked for good going when we were absolutely nowhere near. So most of the Cork ones came out, and the ones that didn't run brilliantly well. I think Cheeky Peak was the closest at 5th, but by the time the non-runners came out, we needed top 4. But what I think was absolutely outrageous, right, and I genuinely mean outrageous, Sporting Life did not change the going description on their app any point during the day. So all day it said on the app, good growing for Cork, which I think is awful. They're trying to run a service where you're trying to support people, and they didn't change it all day. So anyone who came along later who hadn't paid attention would be looking at Cork on Sporting Life, and you wouldn't know that the ground was any different to what it was, and not just different, completely different. So I checked it, and officially the going was changed at 7:59 yesterday morning, and it took an hour and a half for Racing Post to react, and no point did Sporting Life react. And they're supposed to be the main 2 sources of information for the regular punter. So yeah, I think poor show for the people that monitor things like that for those websites. I think it was poor. Anywho, it happened. Out of the 12 horses that I had left, 2 came third and then 10 got beat. So outside of that, it wasn't very good anyway. But I certainly wouldn't have put as much stake on. So I think it was 30 on, £4 and 2 back, and the second time in a row where I've had a little go and it's gone awful. So just gutted about that, because the history of the channel says if I'm saying I'm having a little go, most of the time we come out all right. But yeah, today is volume day. It's not far off having a go, I would say, but I wasn't keen on some of the races, and I wasn't the going I'm not happy with because it keeps changing at the moment. And when it gets back to steady, just good ground, or everybody's soft, you know you're at. Every meeting's got different going, and there's rain forecast all over the place, and so you don't quite know whether it's going to get wetter or dry out in places. So That's not a disclaimer. That's just me being honest. So after being obliterated yesterday for the week, I've lost any advantage I had. I think I'm back about level for the week. If you're not Sky Bet, you're probably behind. So marching in to Saturday, we are going to start here. 135 Nace, Secret Siren. I've only got one in that one, 10-1. Then the 245 Nace. I've only got one in that one. I think it's worth trying this. Bacchio Ancora. It runs 50% of the time reasonably well, 50% not. So at 50-1, then that is value basically. It's a lot more complicated. I know I don't go into all the detail on here, but trust me, there's hours and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and I'm happy to answer specific questions. But yeah, to try and make it simple, 50% of the time that horse runs reasonably okay, and therefore for 50-1 it's overpriced, because I don't think it's going to have any issue with the going or the ground. The course or the going, or the distance. So if on a going day, it's got a chance of getting in the frame, and that's a big price. 325 Newmarket, Toshizu 16-1. I think that horse looks like it's on an upward trajectory. It was better in Ireland, and I think Roger Fell's getting that on an upward trajectory. So we'll see if I'm right for that one. 333 Cork. I've split legged this one. Little last minute change. Fortunately, I think fortunately, short price 5-2 favourite came out, which would have been a 30p Rule 4 deduction, but they hardly moved the price of the two horses. They were 25s and 16s. They changed it to 22s and 14s after the non-runner came out. So happy with that. So we got Monza Man at 22s and House Safari at 14s. 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15. So the first three, and Monza Man is 110p each way, lucky 15. And then the first three with House Safari is another 10p each way, lucky 15. Sky Best, then Paddy, then 365. A word on Paddy. There's a few meetings today where they are standout bad. So just be very careful if you're a Paddy user. Some of these meetings, they're good. Newmarket, good. Some of the other ones like Hexham and Uttoxeter, poor. So just watch out for that on Paddy. £6 is your bet. That is bet 1. Then we're going to go bet 2. Starting at Thirsk and then the rest of Newmarket. 2 o'clock Thirsk, Run This Way, 18s. 250 Newmarket, Sound of Iona at 50s. 325 Newmarket, Dutch Decoy. I just made that my horse of the day on freebets.com, but it's a very tight call. There's quite a few prizes I like, but yeah, 25 is not the biggest prize, but I made that one horse. Oh, excuse me, real lifetime sneezing. Then we got 4 o'clock Arecibo 18s, 17p each way, lucky 15, and an additional 30p each way single on Sound of Iona. I think 7 places on Sky, 6 on quite a few other big bookies. That's worth having a little single at 50s on. So that's 570 the bet, Sky Best, and then 365 or Coral. I'm saying that. Do you know? I think that's not right. I don't think it is Coral, because I haven't put Coral up at all today. So I think it's just Sky and 365. So ignore the Coral bit, and then everyone else is a bit of a muchness, because Coral are less favourable on the Newmarket handicaps. All right, that's bet 2. Bet 3, third lucky 15, 250 Newmarket, Spirit of Light 16s. 305 Goodwood, Sweet Reward. That's the only horse I've put in that's just gone and below double figures. It sneaked under at 17-2 this morning. 325 Newmarket, the City's Phantom at 40s, and the 345 at Goodwood, Tin Fandango. I think if the ground softens a little bit at Goodwood, that'll play in its favour. It's a bit of an in and outy type of horse, but Liam Wright jockey's claiming sevens back on, and last time he rode it, it won, and it won well. So we're going with the Liam Wright effect on that one. Sky Best, 365 next best, £5.10 is your bet for bet 3. Bet 4 is my big combination double. So we've gone the 2 Newmarket handicaps. As a general observation, those 3 I like. This race, the 250, I think it's harder. I think it's a more competitive race. I'll probably end up the other way and I'll get, second, third and fourth and nothing there. But I think the 325, they were slightly easier picks to get out, whereas the 250, outside of, well, to say that, I think the top 2 were preferred to, and then I wanted to put a third in there, and there was a number I could have put in, and it was a slim margin for chairman of the board. So we've got 250 Newmarket, Sound of Iona at 50s, Spirit of Light 16s, Chairman of the Board 12s, going on to the 325 Newmarket, Dutch Decoy 25s, the City's Phantoms 40, Toshizu at 16s, 9 times 25p each way doubles, so all combinations of doubles. 450 is the bet. Sky best, then 365 or Paddy is next best because they are one less place on that one and one less place on that one, but you'll get Bog. And then William Hill and Betfair because they're the same place terms as 365 and Paddy, but without Bog. Hopefully that is clear. That is bet 4. Bet 5's the other combination double I've got. There's a number of races of kind of decent field size, and these were the two that I preferred. So 333 Cork, Monza Man 22s and House Safari 14s. I'm happy with those prices, particularly after I said the favourite went out. Then the 425 Uttoxeter, Be Bold at 40s. I'm being bold on that one. It needs good ground. So if the rain comes at Uttoxeter, we're probably stuffed on that one. But I think at the price, it's worth it because the forecast is mixed. So at that price, it was worth putting in, I think. So yeah, I like the fact Jack Tudor's been booked to ride it as well. Nesta Park 12-1 is a bit more of a solid option to go with the riskier one based on the ground, whereas Nesta Park is good value, I think. 12s for a framer. 4 times 25p each way doubles, £2 is your bet. 365 are the best. Then Sky and Hills. So 365, same place terms as Sky and Hills. And that's right, and you get Bog, Sky and Hills, and then Paddy are 4th best. £2 is your bet. Then we're moving on a bit later. So bet 6 is all Uttoxeter because of the ground kind of. The thing with the Uttoxeter ground is when it rains at Uttoxeter, it gets wet and soft quick, and that's what I'm worried about. It doesn't take a lot, so we'll keep the Uttoxeters together. 350, Dorian, I thought I'd go with that. 16s, 425 split leg, Be Bold and Nesta Park that are in the combo doubles. 540 Out the Glen 11s and 615. That'll be helpful at Uttoxeter to look. Actually, no, it wouldn't be. I don't want to look for a rainbow because I want the sun but not the rain, so no rainbows. But I want that horse to be good. Look for a rainbow. 16s, 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15s. So that's Dorian Out the Glen, look for a rainbow with Be Bold, and Dorian Out the Glen, look for a rainbow with Nesta Park. 2 different 10p each way, lucky 15s. In ranking orders, Sky are best, then 365, then 888, and then Hills in that order. £6 is your bet, bet 6. And then we're going to finish off with my horse for the guineas, with 3 Hexham horses. Just what most people choose to do, doesn't it? To the 440 Newmarket, 2,000 guineas, noble style. I think it's a classy horse. And the only question mark for me is will it stay the mile? But Appleby's got a good record in there, and yeah, I think it's a classy horse. I'm okay with the draw, but we'll find out about the draw on the day. But I'd rather be on a wing than in the middle for the guineas. 440 Newmarket, Noble Style 12s. Going on to the 530 Hexham, Azar 12s. And then we've got a big gap. We've got 2 later horses, and we've done a little extra double on them as well. So 810 Hexham, Budari at 20s, and 840 Applause at 20s. 17p each way, lucky 15, with an additional 30p each way double. So it's the later bet, so it's sort of our saver bet, and that really is our saver bet. So if it's all gone horribly, we've then got a big old wait to 10 past 8 and 8:40 for 2 absolute donkeys to run at Hexham. That's certainly what the bookmakers would make them as. We'll find out. Sky best, then 365 and 888 are joint second best, and then Hills next best. 570 is your bet. All right, that is the marathon for that. I've done my part. I've put in the graph to put out the bets. You decide if you want to do anything with them, and the key thing is whether the horses decide to agree with me or not, or albeit sometimes it's the horses, sometimes it's the betting gods. We'll find out. Okay, that is me, I think, for the day. I want to get this uploaded because it is late on a Saturday morning. I'll be back tonight for Sunday's racing. So the next video will be tonight at some point. It's a much quieter day tomorrow. The reason we're meeting at Newmarket, the 1,000 guineas is on. I think there's one good handicap. There's a couple of other UK meetings that don't look great. And then there's a meeting in Leopardstown, I think, which is okay. So I would imagine it's be a much lower stake day. On first glance, I would say it's probably likely to be a £10 day. So we've done £35 Saturday, 10 on Sunday. It'll just be over. Well, be 45 rather than So it almost works itself out, and that's how it does these days. I'd much rather go big on certain days and smaller on others when there's more to go at. So that's what I've done. So that's what I'm doing. You decide what you're doing. I will see you tonight, and hopefully we haven't absolutely dived. I've got a fairly free afternoon, so I'm going to watch a lot of the races on the TV, and usually when that happens, it goes bad. Like normally, if I'm out and about, is when it gets better. So I think that if my sofa's like bad luck, but hopefully not today. All right, see you later. Thank you very much. Bye bye.